On a stormy autumn night in 1923, a strange silence cloaked the remote village of Hollowden as the bells of St. Mary's Church tolled 13 times, though no one had rung them. Father Francis Morton stood alone at the altar, his cassock stained, his voice trembling as he recited forgotten Latin verses. Father Francis had arrived at the parish 2 years prior, a polite, soft-spoken young man with a gentle smile. His sermons soothed even the most troubled of hearts. But behind that calm exterior, he hid something else. A small black leather journal filled with feverish notes about midnight visions, forbidden prayers, and the name of a secret order known only as the Night Chapter. On his very first night in the church, he discovered a hidden door behind the pulpit. It led down into a deep stone crypt. The walls were carved with distorted religious symbols, as though clawed from within. At the center of the room stood a strange relic, a child-sized coffin made of bone, etched with cursed markings. He referred to it in his journal as the Heart of the Innocent, claiming to have found it during his theological studies in Italy. In truth, the relic was stolen from a heretical cult infamous for their blood rites and oaths of eternal silence. Whispers began to echo through the church after midnight. Villagers spotted him creeping through the crypt, murmuring incantations in a dead language, raising his hand toward a ceiling angel whose face had been carved into that of a young boy. Thomas Pritchard, the organist who vanished a week after his christening by Father Francis. Thomas disappeared under mysterious circumstances. All that remained was his muddy robe left by the cemetery gate. In a torn confession slip found in the booth, scrawled with shaking handwriting, "Do not forgive me. My soul is tethered to the dark." Dreams in Hollowden grew darker. Villagers dreamt of Francis leading robed figures through the bog, carrying candles, chanting as they stepped across the marsh, as though seeking a hidden door to another world. On Easter Eve, Francis called for a midnight mass. The entire village came. He ascended the pulpit with the cursed coffin in his arms, declaring that he would offer an unparalleled sacrifice. When he opened the coffin, every candle in the church went out. A cold gust swept the room. Old Ellen, seated in the front pew, later claimed she heard a voice whisper, "The pact, his blood binds forgetfulness." At dawn, Father Francis had vanished. Not a trace of him remained, except for his journal, left open to the final page. "I broke the seal. It stirs beneath the stones. God help Hollowden." Strangely, the crypt was found wide open. The stones that once sealed it had burst outward. The coffin, gone. Some say his spirit still lingers there, bound to the crypt by a blood vow sworn beneath the defaced angel, and that he will rise again if the name of the queen he served in shadow is ever spoken aloud. As for the journal, it disappeared days after a delegation arrived from the Vatican. Rumor has it a few of its pages now lie hidden deep within the Vatican's secret archives, locked away from the public, in case Father Francis' words call forth what still dreams beneath Hollowden.